loud at the moment. I'm just going to turn it down for me, and then I'll readjust it for you guys. Okay, that's a lot better for me, and I'll increase it for you guys. Can you guys hear me? Does it sound good? Yeah, it looks good. Alright. Let me just quickly do a quick playback and just to see how we go. Sounds alright. And what's with the video download was cancelled? Please try again. Jeez. I'm gonna have to fix that. Oh, I'm just gonna have to rely on you guys in chat. Cool. G'day, g'day, g'day. No picture though. Really? No picture. It's gotta be picture. Literally been on the way for it's the black screen of death. Okay. Well, it says it's encoding. Still black. Let me check on my phone. Be the fact that I'm using the encoder. Oh my goodness. What is going on? It is black. Completely black. Okay. Going on. Restream is actually playing the video, sending the video. That's interesting. I'm just gonna check out YouTube. It could be the fact that Restream's having issues. I might need to fix it. That's a pain in the backside. We can fix it though. Yeah, that's working on that. YouTube's working. It's just Twitch. Go figure. What is going on with Mr. Twitch? Channel. Oh, what? Okay, I think I'm gonna need to restart it. Give me a sec. I'm gonna have to stop and start the stream. Give me a second. Now I'm recording, cool. I'm just gonna record and stream at the same time, and from that I will upload to YouTube later. Cool. Alrighty, so today, what do we have planned for today? We are working on the SelMVP module. There's a few issues that I've been raising over the time. A couple of things that need to be fixed that we kind of need to work through today. think we're going to work on some of the easy stuff today and then kind of muck around stuff later. So, easy stuff. Fix spelling in unit text with try tentative command. Okay, well that's pretty easy. We can start with that. First things first, let's go ahead and create a branch. Switch, and I'm just going to create a new branch. We'll just create our features off here. Choose 35. Oh, what? Create another branch. Issues 35. Branch and switch. Just let me know if you guys that is good in terms of in terms of you guys can actually read the content. It should be fine, but I just want to make sure. All right, cool. While doing that, I am going to carry on. So next thing we're going to need to do is we need to fix try tentative command. So try tentative. Try tentative command is actually it's a function that I wrote, which basically is a tentative try with a retry element to it. So the reason why I wrote this, especially with this module, is that HTML elements don't particularly load as nicely as you would like them to. So to mitigate that, what I did was I switched the I wrote this so basically it's able to kind of retry tentatively. You define what script block you want to invoke, and if it throws an exception, sorry, if it throws an exception, then it will go from there. So I can't spell tentative, so that's probably the reason why we need to fix this. I'm terrible with spelling, FYI, guys. Now, there's an alias, which we just basically use, which is called try, just makes it a lot easier. So, what I'm going to do is effectively just do a big old giant find and replace. Cut you out, and that should fix it. I know the project well enough so that it should fix it. Yeah, go ahead, please. And so now what I'm going to do is just have a quick look at the unit tests to make sure that there isn't anything that's going to break, which I don't believe there will be, since we already updated the unit tests. That's a good start. The reason why it's not running is because I actually haven't even uploaded it, so just quickly rerun our unit tests. Okay, cool, sweet. So let's go ahead and update this. So you can see we've just gone through update all our data, English. I'm just thinking, is there anything else I want to do? No, I don't think so. Stage or git commit /all message. Let's just say rename tentative to And the thing is, this won't actually affect any of the upstream code because it all relies on the alias. Oops. Which means we are good. Now the reason why, I've got to set an upstream. The reason why I'm going to probably have to push upstream. I don't need to also push upstream. Forward. Oh, yeah, forward. I need to send that upstream as well. Now, what I might quickly do is just have a quick look at those changes that we just made and just make sure that it's where we've changed it. Yeah, so you can see here we've changed it in invoke MVP activity. So that actually should be an alias. That shouldn't have been a direct invoke, because if we actually search try, you can see here this is how it's actually supposed to look. So that actually should be changed as well. So I'm going to fix that as well while we're here. While I do that, I'll quickly look at the chat, make sure everyone's still here. Yeah, looks like everyone's here. Cool. So what we're going to need to do, just go to activity. Now, yeah, at least this should work with splats, so that should be fine. Work MVP activity. Oh, excuse me. Alright. So yeah, here it is. Can we just do try? I think I know the reason why I did this way, because basically try is really just a kind of a wrapper for the actual block. But if I'm actually invoking it via splat, which is what I'm doing here, I didn't need to. But honestly, I don't even need to do it here. I'm just trying to work out why did I splat it. Not doing any sort of... I think I'm just trying to be fancy here, but I really don't need to actually. It just needs to be in its own block. G'day, how you going? How's the Friday night? Early Saturday going? Oh, sorry, but I'm really tired. As you can see, it's 6:30 in the morning. Oh, alright. So I think I might refactor this. It doesn't need to be in a splat, which is cool. So what we might do, this is going to either break everything or it's going to, what we could just do try. Actually, let's see what. Just do that. Catch. Now it looks like a try catch, but it's not. It's a commandlet. Just clean this up. Get rid of that. Looks a little nicer. Get rid of that. What I might do is run a quick unit test just to make sure. Actually, I might run the unit. Give me a sec. I just need to jump into build. Git slash. This basically just loads everything into memory, so when I run my unit tests, it makes it so much easier to test. Where are my tests for this? I'm used to actually now. I'm actually used to working with nodes, so all my tests are all in line. But now with this, I've actually split them up. Is this in a private or public? This is private. Good start. Stand execution with no retry. Cannot select the ad. But we need to fix out something here. Ha ha ha. 6 a.m. in the morning, 10:30 p.m. Jeez. So you must be either you must be no US. What are you working on? Website and application. So this is kind of a bit of a hybrid thing that I've been working on. It's something for MVP nominees that they don't have access to an API and they have to do a whole bunch of submissions for the MVP award to actually say, hey, I've been super active in the community. So what I did was, because they don't have access to the API yet, I wrote a Selenium based domain specific language which allows you to automate your contributions. So effectively you can write a specific activity, it'll basically populate all the values and then automatically go through and set it. So it's a specific domain specific language within PowerShell, but it's really something that I've been working on for quite some time. It's just that I finally got it standardized over Christmas. I hadn't had much time to work on it because of just life. And so now I've just basically come back and I've just got to fix some bits and pieces here and there, and hopefully people can actually use it. So I know one person's actually used it, a very, very early precursor of it, which he loved it. Yeah, shout out Kevin. But so it's just there's a lot of logic that goes on underneath the hood to be able to actually reliably do this, because JavaScript is not the most responsive, regardless of whether you're running any sort of front end, it's still not the best. So just building a sort of product, building a PowerShell module which basically can interact with the website using Selenium. So it's a very interesting project, and then using a domain-specific language as well. So rather than writing out traditional commandlets, it follows a specific domain-specific language, which makes it a lot easier. It's a lot more easier on the eye. I think I had somewhere around here. I had like an old version of what it looked like, and it was horrendous. It was so bad. So rewriting it as a domain-specific language was it looks so much cleaner. It just makes it so much easier to use, and it talks about you can obviously use similar to Pesta, you can use argument lists, and you can automate large swaths of your input, so you're not just locked into one specific thing. But it's just really and you can obviously simplify a lot of your code just by doing specific things in there. So it makes it super easy, but that's if you're a PowerShell person. If you're not a PowerShell person, it probably is just as confusing as someone reading C# who's written Java their entire life. So yeah, that's really it. So what we need to do here is work out why stand execution with no retries failed. Is it like tag unit for all? Okay, yeah, it's got some data. again. So there's 3 tests. I don't think there was 3 tests. I think there was. Oh, there is 3 tests. No, there's actually a lot of tests. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we need to test standard execution with no retries. Find out what the dealio is going on here. So let's debug here and see what happens. I'm just interested to find out why it's not working. Ah, I see the problem. So we're looking for a result. Guessing it's not returning it. This is one of the caveats of having this is it doesn't natively return. Like obviously need to return it to a variable. Having a custom try catch written, which is not a try catch. It's a commandlet which is wrapped like a try catch, wrapped within a try catch. Yeah, so implicitly this is always going to be null. So that's the reason why we had the result. So if I have a quick look at my, yeah, that's the reason why. We can just do this. This should fix our unit tests. And then what we can do is get rid of you. You don't need to be there anymore. And then we can run our unit tests again. There we go. Fix. Cool. All right. So that's working now, which is good. So I'm happy with that. Cool. So now what we can do is just say fixed. Issue identified by unit testing. Oh, just a share. All right, cool. So that's done. So that we can closing. What I'm going to probably do is merge this into staging, and then I'll update staging so that we have a new version to be released. And then hopefully my CI pipeline just goes and deploys it for me, so I don't have to deal with all the shenanigans. All right, cool. So the next part we need to work on is just quickly going and having a look. Fix documentation. Review documentation of HTML, layout, portal, and update if required. Actually, documentation is not correct and it needs to be updated. Review portal. Oh, excuse me, sorry. Review portal and update HTML form structure. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go ahead. What I'm going to quickly do is pull this into staging, and then it will create a new branch off that. So I don't muck around because I want these new features to be pulled in. So just quickly link. I'm using we use Azure DevOps a lot, so I'm kind of just quickly make an issue from this repository. Okay, why can't I link the issue? Usually you can just add the issue. This is what happens when you jump between both of them. I just don't. So, it's my files. What's my files? Remove splatting from invoke MVP activity. Link. You should be able to link this. Where's my link? As incredible request anyway. Oh, there we now we can link it after we've created it. While waiting on that, we will keep looking at the other ones. So I want GitHub Actions to come back and hopefully finish our unit testing and hopefully come back all good. While we're doing that, I might just run a quick unit test here to make sure that that's not a good start. It's a good start. What do I have to do that? Okay, we've got a lot of issues for some reason. 10 tests fail. How are we getting tests failing? I don't think that's right. That's alright though. What we can do is we can bring it in staging. We can fix those other ones. Testing try alternative command. Yeah, so it's looking at the old one. So that's failed. Oh no, that's hang on. Let me put this up. Alright, let's run a local loader again. But it's not running properly. Current file, c/yes/ okay, build. Now if put this not bind path because it's an empty string. Of course it is. Just gonna run this now. This message is null. Oh, what's going on here? Why is it having issues with PS command path? Oh. I'm literally having version table. That's what I was looking for. Version info. Jeez. Having a massive memory blank. Oh, the reason why is because path. What's that? Goodness gracious, what's going on here? Well, I have to fix that. Alright. Yeah, that's not good. It's not good at all. Why are my tests failing? Did not find mock. I think I know what. 16 family. It's an empty string. Did not find mock for command find SE element in script scope. Was the mock defined? Did you use the same module name as mock when you use module scope? Okay, something's not right there. Oh well, we can suss that out. All right, I'm going to pull it in to staging. Oh wait, let me before see what's going on. Let's see where it's actually going to do a merge, because I might need to cancel. Does that tell me? Oh shit! Did I actually? I have to can it. Well, merging is blocked anyway. Oh well, apparently all my checks passed. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, they passed. That's good, but I'm merging into the wrong branch, so we need to abandon this. We're gonna abandon this. Delete the branch. Pull request this time. Staging. Wait for that to finish. Now I can link it. Oh. I'm going to merge it into staging, and then what we can do is we can fix staging, get the unit tests fixed out of that, so that we don't have to muck around and have more branches than we need to. And since there's no unit tests, I think we'll be fine for the time being. Alright, so that's done. So now what we can do is get rid of our local branch. I'm not going to fix this yet. I'm actually just going to stash these changes. And let's go and get rid of this branch. Switch to staging. Let's get rid of that branch. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's go ahead and create another branch. Alright. I don't think we're ready to push for a new one yet. I think we're ready to push through. Push. What's my next issue? So it's saying that I wrote it. I should have added more stuff here, but review documentation of that portal and fix the layout if required. Okay, so I was doing a demo a while ago and my documentation was wrong, so I think I need to fix that. Fix documentation. Fix get help documentation within commandlets. Check documentation code blocks, ensure comment spelling and grammar is correct. Update documentation, clone to fork and clone. Okay, that's easy fix. But let's do the documentation. Let's actually import the module. Let's see what happens. Cool. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to start this bad boy up. Let's just close everything here. Relay, lift path. No, that doesn't work. Oh, I'm just gonna put so. Okay, cool. All right, so we've loaded the module, and what I'm going to do is just check some of this documentation that I wrote. I know that some of it was broken, so I'm just going to quickly check it out. So first thing we need to do is connect to the portal. Honestly, this could be the same step. All right, cool. I'm just going to go ahead and sign in. You can see here we're waiting for the URL. Okay, so now that's logged in. The portal's started, so I'm not going to really show much here just because what's there. But what we're going to do is just run some of these pieces of code and just see what happens. Can tell you right now that's not going to work because of the fact that I need to create a branch. I'm going to call this issue 36. Nothing's changed from the code, so it's perfectly fine. It shouldn't break anything under the hood. So this won't work because there's no date. So I need to fix that. I'm just going to put today's date, and we're just going to run it, see what happens. Oh, I also need to fix up my linting is coming and having a go at me. So I'm just going to have a look at this and see what happens. It's really actually quite slow. It's one of the things that I'm hoping to change. But I think it's just because it's dependent on the website, unfortunately, so there's not really much we can do about that. Oh, here we go. What's it going to do? Okay, so you can see here, it's cannot bind argument to parameter value because it's an empty string. Okay, an error occurred when trying to add the entry. The entry was not saved. Okay, cool. All right, so that means that this put the bloody hell. Okay, so we could not match HTML element number of posts within the HTML form structure. Okay, now the reason why is probably because this is wrong. I don't think number of posts is actually a valid entry for an article. I think it's called number of articles. So let's go ahead and fix that. This is why we test we test these bits and pieces. Alright, let's just go ahead and run that again. If that's the case, then I'm going to need to fix all my code. Okay, could not match number of subscribers. So we're making progress now. So it's actually not number of subscribers, it's number of views. So we get rid of that, we can get rid of that, get rid of that. Now I actually just want to try something because I want to see what happens there. The thing is I actually have to go through and clear all this out because it's full of these tests that have been added. That looks like it's working now. Cool. All right, so I fixed that. Actually, honestly, probably should need to sit down on over a weekend and do a bit of a bulk add all my contributions soon, just to kind of catch it up, because doing it at the last minute is not the best. Hopefully seeing if I can see it. So that's worked. So let's go ahead and fix that here. So fix that piece of example code. It's always good when it's actually thing. I might as well fix up my linting. It's having goes at me for my linting. So rounded by blank lines. That's fine, that's fine. I'm writing a book. Okay, cool. All right, there it is. I'm just gonna get rid of that. Cool. All right, so the next thing we need to do is just go through and fix all this up. Sure you want to delete? Yes, please. All right, so next thing we need to do, sussing this out. Now I could actually write a validator. Actually, I really think I did. I think it actually validates when you execute it though. I could write a pre-execution parser, which would probably be a better way to do it. So it looks at it looks at what's there and then actually passes it that way. But see, okay, so you can see here we're actually passing in a date, which is fine. We're doing a blog website post. So let's just see what happens here now. So I'm gonna just do that. This is probably what happened. It was probably a it probably was all based off blog website posts, and that was the reason why I just kind of copied and pasted and changed a few things. Now it's just waiting for it to close, and then it's done. Cool. All right, so that's fine, which is good. If that's fine, just looking at this contribution area, where's the contribution area? Yeah, blog website post, that's fine. That's cool. Here you go, personal blogs, area article. So that's not right. It's actually a blog website post, so we're going to change that. Number of subscribers, number of unique visitors, yeah. Yeah, if we could actually do, I think we could do something there. Write some sort of pre-parser. Because the code already exists. It'd just be a matter of reading, getting AST, reading the parameter value, the first parameter input. Reading the parameter name, oh, that's tough. We could do it. So, that's right. Subscribers, number of visitors, no, number of articles, number of views. So again, it's a blog website post. This needs to be changed. Needs to be changed. Okay, cool. All right, so that's, but I'm going to write a pre-parser now, just because I don't want this issue to kind of happen mid-execution, because it shouldn't. It should actually happen pre-execution. It should validate the input prior to it. We can sort that out. Alrighty, what is going on there? So if that's the case, let's get rid of my tests. Okay, cool. All right, so that's fixed all that. So what I'm going to do is just put in here fixed, bad, script block, DSL, examples. Go ahead and push that. Yeah, go ahead, publish it. So the next thing I want to do now, if we're actually going to do this, let's actually write a pre-parser. So when it invokes the activity, finds, this is kind of now going to go backtrack on how I've done this. That's going to cause a merge conflict. I have to rebase off staging. Rebased it from staging. It shouldn't cause any issues. Alright, so I'm just kind of going through this, trying to work out how can we actually pre-pass it. So I think I think we have to start from the top because I haven't done this for so long. I kind of got to find out how this is working. So we got MVP activity, which is what we've been working on. Calls this. So it tests the schema for passing a schema, a CSV file. Then it calls new MVP activity. Let's go have a look at that. So it builds it up. Okay, yep. Test activity script block. Test the configuration is valid. So, what is this testing? This is looking at ensure that there are no additional MVP activity script blocks within it. Ensure the area is present. It's only a single instance. Ensure contribution area is present, and there's only a maximum of 2 contributions. That should be 3, but anyway. Ensure the value command is present. What are we going to do here? Because what can be done so we're just looking for the commandlets right now. We're actually not dissecting anything. We could pass the area because you can see here we have the area instance. But if the parameter contains area as well. So the way that this works is that you don't necessarily need to pass. Oh, you don't. So you have this area command, but you don't actually need to pass it. What I mean by that is that you can actually shortcut the method by. I'll shortcut it by passing it as a parameter. So for instance here you can see we're just passing it as a parameter. It's not actually defined, it's in here. And what happens is we define it inside our argument list and then it will automatically be invoked. So it means that you can pass multiple areas and contribution areas for different things within the same same block. That was the intention. The interesting thing here is that if the command parameter contains area, we need to get that value. So if we can get that value, hypothetically, because there's a commandlet which we can run, which is just make sure this is open. I think it's get HTML form structure. And this returns a list of, let me just see if this works. Okay, yeah, so this returns a PowerShell object collection, a PowerShell object list of all the required fields that's required for this specific area that we're passing in. So hypothetically, I think we're already doing it though. It's now interested to see where it's being passed, because this could be something that we could do twice. So get area named values. So what does this do? So forget. Excuse me. We could actually do this. See, if we have, these are just tests. How I'm going to do this though, that's the question. See, it actually needs to be validated in here. Need to fetch the area value. If it's a parameterized value, let's get it, or if it's here. So I think what we'll need to do is update this to get the area value. There are actually parameterized area, parameterized contribution area, and we can actually say okay, yeah, we'll throw a terminating error if it fails. Alright, so what we can do here is let's define null. Yeah, that's fine. So what we can do down here, if the command parameters contains area, I'm going to drop a breakpoint on here. And we're going to have a bit of a run and see what we can rip out of the AST. I'm just going to start with something simple, and then we're going to work to something a little bit more complicated. Well, that didn't work the way I wanted it to, because it's supposed to, I've got to put in a separate file. Okay, so that just added it. I didn't really want to do that. I actually want to run it as a get rid of this. So now what we can do is let's go ahead and run this. Shoot. Yeah. Oh shoot. Now this should work. Yes, please delete that. Delete file, that's fine. Okay, so now we're invoking the activity. We should be able to hit our breakpoint. You're gonna let us hit our breakpoint? A breakpoint. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So that's not running, that's not hitting my breakpoint. Cancel that so I don't have to run this a million times. Let's see if this works. Please go to my breakpoint. Oh no! We just killed the driver. Ah boy. Alright. Time to connect back, which means we just need to oh, it's not good. Oh, it's probably because it's gonna run as a local loader. Local loader. Let's run. Oh my goodness, what is this? Going back in. We're in. I'm gonna drop a breakpoint on article, just in case we, for some reason it doesn't want to. Okay, cool. All right, now we're cooking with gas. All right, so we can see the command. So areas. That's covered. That's the case. Equal to 1. Yep. Quickly writing some notes down here quickly so I can just. Okay, yeah, we can do that. That's fine. We can suck it out of there. Okay, now we need to work out how to extract. Back around in here. Their word, single quoted. Okay, so we need to do a where. Oh. Actually we can say value is not equal to area. We just look at the first one, or the second one, sorry. Value, that's what we want. So now we've got the value, get HTML format, structure, that, which is good. Now I'm just writing notes on the right hand side here so I can just kind of drop things in as I need. Now we need to look at the value. So I'm just going to drop a breakpoint here. Value instance. Okay, so now we have all our values. And get those elements out. G'day W, g'day BW, yeah mate, I am back. New house, different location, same time. Yeah, how you been, dude? Oops. Have a looky-loo inside of here. Rip out all the command elements. Oh, yes, I can. Perfect. Yeah, that's right. How's the new digs going? Is it better than what you were at, or is it pretty much the same? It's the same. No documentation, completeness of a laptop program. Oh, okay. Big start then. That's all right. It's always somewhere to go. All right. So we've got. So I think what we're going to need to do here is we've got each of the elements that it's found. Now I just need to work out a method to be able to actually extract I need to be able to extract. Problem with this is that I'm worrying about is that if I hard code this, you're kind of mucking around with if someone explicitly defines the commandlet, it breaks. I spent this entire week trying to find everything, and we have probably only got halfway. Ah, you'll find it, mate. You'll get there. You will get there. All right. So this is probably the tricky part. This is probably where I was like, is the pre-parser. See, it's actually testing it. Yeah, so it's testing the values when they get passed. But I want to do a pre-pass check. Question is how much do I value my parameters? So I could literally just do that, and that will give me the values. Then what I could do here is go for each object. This is not great. This is actually not great at all. I'm not happy with this. There's got to be a better way to get that. The thing is that I don't want to. What would happen if? Well, I'm gonna just grab that for the time being. It's not the end of the world. We're gonna come back to it. We're gonna have a bit of a look at this. We'll still need to have a look at the parameters as well. So let's stop this. It shouldn't have broken the script. So what we can do now is say, what's value? Name value. And do that. We're going to rerun this. Readme.md is empty. How'd that get empty? Stay there. Oops. Okay, let's do name value. Because what we can probably do, if that's the case, is that is the fallback. And then we can just do an initial looking at the commandlet. And that way, because then basically that would then work perfectly. So what we can do here is let's test that. So, yep. Okay, cool. So area instance count. That's fine. Okay, let's have a look at the value instance now. Okay, so what we can do here, because we have the parameter, so we can say dot length. Yeah. Where find an element. Name dot parameter name equals name. And we can add one. And that will be our value. So then what we can do is refactor that. Put a pre-parser. So how's everything else being BW, mate? So for each object, command is for each object. So this then should return me not convert type to int32. Do that. Okay, cool. So that means something here. We're just going to select 3 elements. That's not right. A 0. So I need to refactor this. Oh, yeah, the reason why that's not working is because I'm past the wrong thing. Should fix it because it's null. That break cannot index into a null array. It shouldn't. Instance, yeah. Oops. That's good. Just trying to refine this. It's just kicking my butt. Now that shouldn't have returned all of them. Oh, because that's +1. Now that. Title URL. Well, that's interesting. It actually returned them all anyway. Oh, because it's a positional. So when we extract the values out, pre-pass, and if we can pre-pass value instance for each object, iterate through that, where if it's not equal to null, everything comes back null. That's interesting. Fine. Yep, that's perfectly fine. So we got the command elements dot count. Where objects, command elements, command elements. Yep. Sure, we can just look at types to be honest. Contain. So PSO subject command count. Then it's we're inside of the commandlets, and now we just need to say parameter name. That's where we're going wrong. And parameter name is equal to name. If we do that, that doesn't work. Why not? If that's not working, let's now have a look. Oh man, I haven't done PowerShell in a while now, so I'm kind of a little bit rusty. Elements count where object. It returns something, but it doesn't. Where object, so commands count where object null, it's not equal to parameter name. Is that not working? Okay, so that returns all the bits and pieces. Dot count where object is null parameter name. Oh, we're in return. That's perfectly fine. Then I'm just going to say where object, find me all of them that are not null. Oops, do that. Okay, so that works. It's not equal to parameter name. Parameter name why is this not working? Why is this not working? parameter name. Oh, because I'm iterating through the... No, I have to do it this way. That's how it has to be done. Okay, cannot index into a null array. I figured out the reason why. It's been a while since I've done this. It's because I'm effectively getting my tokens all mixed up. But I can fix that for each. Fix it. So say and I need to put for each value instance. So rename, change there. Okay, now we're starting to make an impact. And what I can do here, and say, no, this is not equal to, okay, so for each value instance and value instances, command element, not doing anything, just needs to be value instance. There we go. There we go. Now we do it. So now we can get the instance. So what we need to do now is create a list. All this values imported. What we can do here is we can create the first thing we need to do is return a list of monoliths that have passed parameters. Once we've done that, capture their values. What to do is iterate through here, jump through there. Is say let's call it object. I'm just gonna go here. Well, here's the question: do we even care about the values? Oh, we care about the values. Oh, we care about the name. For each of the command elements and extract the values inputted. Honestly, it's going to be a string. Element. So we need to get this next value. Get the following item in the array which will be the value of the thing. Let me just do that. Could be the value. Cool. And so we've got the parameter name value. So now what we can do is get everything that doesn't have it. Now this is interesting because now what we should do here is say value instances with valued instances with parameters, split out parameters. Basically say here value instances just trying to think how I'd want to structure this. Parameter name. Command elements parameter name. What I might do is I actually need to quickly step up and go to the gents for the moment. I will come back in about a couple of minutes and we'll pick it up where we left off. So sit back, enjoy the music, and we'll be back. Okay, so carry on. So it seems to be a bit more convoluted than I thought. So what we need to do here is split the two instances. Don't know if this is going to work because they're they're different objects. So I think I'm going to have to do this. I have to do a nested where, which is not great. Out like so. And then what we can do here is parameter names, which means we don't need that. And then all the instances that don't have parameter names, shut that down here, and that should return a list of all the value names, which then we can combine all the content and hopefully, excuse me, sorry, I'm really tired. And hopefully we should be able to sort this out. So this should then give us what we want. Added block, put something a little bit more. And we're just going to drop a breakpoint on that. Have a bit of a look at this, see if that works, see if this works. If that works, we'll write some unit tests for this, expand its unit testing capacity, and then see what happens. All right, so hopefully my driver's still working. It's in, I don't know if it's pre-execution yet. That's great. That's fine. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I need to stop. I'm gonna have to let this finish. I made a mistake. I didn't execute this and reload it. So it's basically running the old version in memory. All right, so what we're going to do is stop that, go to my driver, cancel it, hopefully don't break this, reload all this, okay, cool, and let's rerun. to okay, that stop, do that. Okay, first things first, I want to see what this does. Return anything? Didn't return anything. This is not a good start. Yep, okay. Where we need to stop that, move that, clean that up, reload that, rerun this. See what we get now. We should have 2 lots. Parameter name, oops. Okay, that's interesting. Do we have something in here? Okay, cool. All right, so we basically split the 2 now. So anything that has a parameter name defined, it will go in there, which is good. Let's fast forward. So now with parameter names, I'm just going to drop a breakpoint here. All right, let's have a look at this bad boy and see what we get. Okay, so we've got a result, which means if I do this, I get dates. So let's fast forward that. I still think this is not fully working yet, but we can still figure this out. So once we've done that, this should then return the list of all the other ones, which it doesn't. Oh, let's just have a look at that. Oh, they are all there. Perfect. So you can see now we've added them all, which means we can validate this now. So the final thing that we need to do is we need to get the area value here, and we need to go else if here, set the area value. So we need to muck around in here now to get the area value. Now what we can do is we can get and test for the values. So where we can do that is go get HTML, form structure name, area value. So I'm just going to say article here. And we're going to call it Where object name is in or dot element is in value like so. Value. Not valid. We've got a problem. So we can actually now pre-pass our code, which means the pre-passer will handle all this. We also need to test what happens if so where it's in there, it's great. If it's something outside of that, it'll break. Yeah, okay. I think there's another condition in here flying around there. I just can't think of it at the moment. So I just need to go and get this area. Let's reload this. Let's rerun this. We're in error time. Oops. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, we're trying to cancel it. That's fine. Is it not even? Point here. Breakpoint up here. That's fine. The reason why it's failing is because we haven't got the area yet. Alright, area instance. One value here. This is going to be an interesting one if we can actually grab the parameter. I don't know if we can grab the parameter, because that means we have to pre-pass the actual input into this, which we can, like, it's not the end of the world, it's just that there's a little bit of replumbing that would need to be done to do that, but we can give it a go if we need to. I bet you it doesn't have anything in it. Oops. Yep. So, stop, reload, restart. Okay, this should give me my area, provided that article. Okay, form structure. Get form structure. What do I'm seeing? Get HTML form structure completed. Please tell me that that's not some sort of random. Okay, it's not great. Doop, 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 doop. Set up, shift F5 that. Let's rerun that, let's rerun that. Come back through. Oh. Change this, say not in, say not in, and we're also going to say it's not in there, and name is required. So it needs to be required prior to being added. It's not in there and it's required, then return. If it's not, then it won't care about it. Now, can I refactor this? think I need to look the other way as well, because what I'm doing is I'm looking to the left, but I need to look to the right. Thing I'm going to say is looking at for anything that's anything that's not being added to the requirements, that's missing, that's missing as required. So we can just say name is required and gets rid of that. Gets rid of that. Because then what we can say is it has to be required. Has to be required. Get mandatory item up. Test mandatory values. Then we can go test missing or misnamed values. And this way we can then look on the other side. We can say value. We can then flip it, look at the other side and say where object is not in name or is in the elements. This way we can ensure that this is valid. So now if we run that, oh boy. Application or form structure return the... It does. Date, title, URL, description. Date, title, URL, description. So it needs to be required. If it's required, the name, I'm just going to drop some breakpoints in here, stop this, restart it. So just check area value is correct. Yeah, cool. Title. It's true. Okay, these need to be flipped. We need to make them ands. They need to exist, don't exist in both areas for it to fail out. Let's rerun that. Let's just feeling that's just gonna fix it. Test mandatory value should be empty. Test misnamed value should be empty, which means it's then passed. So if we say or, then we can basically throw our errors. Say throw localized data. Let's get localized data. Pre-passing contribution. Please ensure that your value that are appropriate for the Grammarly this. Oh, I don't have Grammarly installed. That's alright. That looks alright. We'll be happy with that. Alright, so Yeah. Alrighty. So now if get HTML form structure. Okay, so just launch that. What this means is that if I pass that, it should fail. We run that, and then from that we can sort that out. But it's thrown an error. Why didn't it throw an error? What's the error that threw? Okay, yes. Alright, so there was an error raised attempting to cancel MVP activity, exception for Okay, cool. Alright, so now test activity script block. We need to move this. So what I want to do is now just kind of clean this bit up so that it skips the close if it's already, yeah, pre-passing, because pre-passing hasn't actually done anything. What we can do here is we can just actually add a cancel. What we can do here is we can just say invoke teardown, pre-pass, errors, through. Flip it here. False. That means that then put tear down and not free pass. It's not free pass, there's no point trying to. Just realised I've used an alias, which I'm not supposed to, but I've been working so much with Node that I just did it. That's okay. So means I can just reload that, which means now that's going to change the unit test dynamic. Issues within the script block will now not pass. We'll go through the pre-passer. I will not close the window, so which is fine. That's fine. So what we're going to do now, open the window. Some cold air in. It's getting a bit warm in here. What we're going to do here. I think what we're going to do here is, well, let's just run it, see what happens first, and see if it actually has a desired outcome. Okay, yeah, pre-pass failed. Waited for activity window, start finished. Perspective, please go and get name values. That's correct. Now we can actually what we can do here is update our error to make it a little bit better. Please run. There's actually pass the command that they need to run to get what they need to get. And do that. What we need to do inside of here is when we throw it, format it. Area name or the area value, and that will automatically fix it. So if we do that, run. Complete time. That's worked. Most of it's worse, I just run local loader, but we'll see. I think I might need to restart Visual Studio. I don't want to have to. We're just going to try and blitz this. Okay, it's hung. Yep, we've just lost it. That's alright. I might as well close down this. Visual Studio's just crashed. Terminal itself anyway. fine. Okay, cool. So it's actually throwing the two errors that I wanted to throw. I wanted to pre-pass. Pre-pass. That means that we don't have to actually load the driver, which means it's going to be faster. Cool. Now that's great because it means that even though like I can still test this functionality without having to connect the driver. So honestly, it's a bit of a pain in the backside. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just go area. Going to do now is just going to create a quick. Create a quick parameter set, and then we're going to pass that in like so. Okay, like that. What we're going to do here is have a look in here and what that actually returns and what we might, because I feel like we're going to need to do some plumbing to kind of to get this to work. Null key is not a hash literal. Okay. I'm really not liking about that. Let's do that. Ah, geez, again, this is too much. I haven't spent much time on PowerShell, forgotten things. Okay, cool. All right, let's pass it. All right, so what I'm wanting to do, look at the command parameters. Okay, so we have command parameters area, but we don't have the parameter value. So, let's have a look at the AST anyway. Yeah, okay, so what we might need to do is to actually pass the parameters into here. Test activity script block. I think that's what we're going to need to do. We're going to need to pass the parameters values in here if we need. So let's go ahead and do that. I have no idea what type it's going to be. I'm just going to make it an object. I don't really care. Let's call them. Let's have a look at what happens here. So if we got new MVP activity, let's just go. It's a hash table, it's an argument. No, because it's just passing an argument. Okay, that's what we're going to need to pass in. Be mandatory, but we just do this for the sake of doing it. Null, it's null. If it's not, it's not. I don't really particularly care. If we're passing the fixture in the argument list, we can literally just do the PS bound parameters. The PS bound parameters? Oh man, it's been so long since I've done that. I just like for username, just gotta go find. That's like PS bound. Yeah, it is PS bound parameters. That's right. So we pass the PS bound parameters straight through. It's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. It doesn't matter. Pass parameters. Okay, cool. So we can just pass the parameters that way. Cool. All right, sweet. So that means then, within here we will have our argument list. So I want to have a look at what this looks like when it gets passed in. So let's go ahead and rerun this. Okay, cool. All right. So I can actually clean this code up too, since we're just passing the argument list in. I don't actually need to write all this complicated code. So what I can say here is arrayInstance.count. I can just say argument list dot name not contains command parameters. So argument list dot name contains area, and then all I need to do is just go I'm not sure if that's right, but I'm going to have a bit of a play with that first. Just rerun that. That should be false. Pass an argument list in this time. null. What? Lily has an argument. I might just quickly fix this and then we're going to call it a day. Null. It's weird because it should be passing it through. Passing the parameters through. Just null. Adding it. Sure. There's nothing in there. But there's something in there. Why did it work the first time and not work now? And it's present here. Some weird shenanigans going on here. Did I? Oh, we'll try this, and then I'm gonna go back to splat. Go back to splat. That worked. Okay, let's go back. Don't know. I'm adamant that was gonna work, but yeah, anyway, so let's just quickly test this. That's true. And yeah, that's working. False, area instance dot count. Put a 0. Argument list dot name. Null not equal is 2. Equal to. Reload that. Rerun that. Run that. Edit. Article. Pre-pass valve, please ensure the values, correct names are appropriate. So how do you spell appropriate? No, it's not. Let's fix that as well. This needs now, we pass that. That's cool. Let's just change it back. Now, if we change this, this should. Okay. Whoa. So, please run, get down. So it's getting it, but it's just. Pre-pass check fail. Please ensure that value has correct names and that are appropriate. We've got date, description. Now it's still failing for some reason. Just pass the saying now. Run it. This name. Ah, needs to be, no, not there. Like so. We run that. Yep. Can't connect because of that. That's fine. Let's rerun that. The pre-pass, it should pick it up. Yep, pre-pass has failed it. Fantastic. Cool. So we actually got a pre-passer now, which is good. So it validates our values with a little bit of intuition. So now what we need to do is we've got more parameters. Get rid of this. Change it to this. So if the reason why is because if we're passing the parameters into it, we don't actually need to look at the abstract syntax tree anymore. So this would be the same thing as that. We just need to change that to be contribution area. null equal I think it's command parameters. We can just flip that, say not equals. It should remove this variable, which does a ton of cleanup. Now, if we add something that doesn't exist, that should also get flagged. So let's see what happens. Yep, so that gets flagged from that. That should work. That should throw an error. Cool. All right, I think we're going to leave it there for today. I'm just going to quickly add a commit. What did I do here? Updated documentation. Examples. Added. Pre-parser. Distribution. I don't know, I'm on the right branch. Yeah, and push. So now I'm just going to have a quick squiz at it. I haven't run unit test against this, so that's probably the next thing that we're going to need to work on. So there's no code. Large amounts of work that needs to be. So it'll pre-skip. Yeah, okay, we've. Okay, yeah, that looks way better. You can see here we've added our pre-parser. So that now checks the values. I think we need to tidy this up a little bit more because I think there could be some bugs within there, but that's fine. We can fix that up later. We've got fixing some of the documentation. And yeah, so that's cool. All right, so let's leave it there for today. There's still a fair bit of work that needs to be done in here. But that means that we've at least got that process on the move, which is good. So that pretty much leaves it here for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys stuck around. Yeah, feel free to ask questions if you're online or anything like that, or we can solve problems, and yeah, we can go from there. But anyway, guys, have a good day, have a good evening, or have a good night, and I'll be streaming at the same time next time. So yeah, and yeah, hope to see you then. Anyway, bye bye.